Hey there, welcome to CNT Collectibles. I'm C.
I'm T.
All right, Tom, did you know that Nolan Ryan, despite playing for 25 years, despite being the career leader in strikeouts, despite being a Hall of Famer, never won a Cy Young Award?
What? That's what you were just saying.
Right.
Sounds like Cy Young. Except just not 511 wins.
Something like that. Anyways, he never won a Cy Young Award, Larry. He was never the best pitcher deemed by the voters in a single season.
What other pitchers were there when he was around?
Well, we're going to figure that out here. So what we're going to do is go through year by year and figure out, well, should he have won a Cy Young? So, up until recently, right?
You know that season when he got 383 strikeouts?
Oh, that's a good number. Way to go. You might see that season here. So, up until recently, baseball writers, they just kind of went off of a few metrics. Wins, ERA, things of that nature. With hitters, they went with who hit the most home runs, all that kind of good stuff. So, we're going to go back. We're going to use modern sabermetric analysis and see, you know what, maybe should he or should he not have won a Cy Young at some point here? If today's voters were voting throughout his history, what would that look like? So, we've gone through 25 years of Nolan Ryan's career. That's 2.5 times longer than you've been around. And there's a few seasons we can eliminate. So his first 5 seasons with the Mets, we can get rid of. The wins above replacement, all those metrics. Nothing was really, nothing really came together that would scream Cy Young for you. So a number of other years where he was reasonable. He got better, right? This is throughout 1975 up until 93. So some solid seasons in there, serviceable. But again, nothing you would consider Cy Young level. So what we're going to do is go with the years that he was in contention for it, and we'll see what we see. We'll see how we can do it. And we're going to do this blind reveal style. I've thrown 5 pitchers. Exactly. I want you to tell me who would have won. And the next screen, we'll figure out who would won. Maybe one is Nolan Ryan. Maybe the voters got it right. So, 1973 AL Cy Young Award. He was on the California Angels. The wins leader, player C, 24 wins. ERA leader was around 2.08. That is player D. Leader in strikeouts, 383. So maybe you know who that is. Strikeout to walk ratio. My favorite metrics, the mystery player with 383 strikeouts led the league in that category as well with 16.3. Wins above replacement. Player A, 10.8. Player B, 8.7. Who do you think should have taken the cake on that one?
Who should have taken the cake? If I'm being
as long as that cake is a Cy Young cake.
I know B is Nolan Ryan because of 383 strikeouts, but
you're a little too smart for this. Should have brought in Henry.
I think it should have been A.
Okay, so you think it should have been A?
He had the most WAR. He had some pretty good strikeouts. He had one of the lowest ERAs. He had a good walk to strikeout ratio.
Yeah, with modern metrics, you can make a case for A or D.
Lowest,
I mean, really.
XFIP, so.
Exactly. So we can't fault the voters too much, except they went for Jim Palmer.
Well, at least I knew my Twins.
Actually, they look at win-loss record back in the day for the most part. He did have a nice 2.40 ERA, 158 strikeouts, strikeout to walk ratio, nothing to write home about. Less than half the wins above replacement.
At least I know my Twins.
Exactly. So, Nolan Ryan, maybe that wasn't his year. He could have. You can certainly make a case, but I think the voters might have whiffed completely on that one.
They didn't see that he got more than double his strikeouts.
Wow, they were looking at the best pitcher on the best team.
And
I think for the time.
WAR.
Exactly. All right, let's go to 1974. Back-to-back years, Nolan Ryan is really sitting his stride here. The winning, the highest win. You know which one he is? Well, yeah, probably. His numbers do stand out in one particular category, don't they? So 25 wins, your leader. He's hitting about 2.5 for the ERA. Strikeout to walk ratio. Player B with 13.8%. And player A, you get above 20, you're really good. Above 30, you're elite. So none of these pitchers screaming, elite or anything like that, but they sure pitched a lot more and got a lot more wins. You didn't have as many relievers back in the day. 8.1 wins above replacement for the leader. Player B, 7.4. Which one would you go with here?
I think C is Nolan Ryan by a long shot, but A...
But would that get it done in today's world here?
I know, but A, nice WAR. He has the second most strikeouts. His ERA is really good. Just his wins and losses kind of okay.
Yeah, but we have to take that out because it's not all up to the pitcher.
Oh, the D has some really good stats. Even though the WAR, he still has the lowest ERA. He has the lowest strikeouts, but in the walk around,
Well, which play do you think wins it here?
I think B wins it.
Think B wins it? Okay. Oh, they went with C. Catfish Hunter, 25 and 12. ERA leader, at least. Again, the strikeouts weren't quite there compared to the rest of these guys. Strikeout to walk ratio, nothing to write home about. Wins above replacement, nothing to write home about. But again, the best pitcher on one of the better teams, low ERA. That's kind of what they went with. I think they might have won. Maybe Burt Blyland should have had a second Cy Young Award right there. Yeah. All right. We'll skip ahead a few years here. 1977. So far, pretty reasonable that Nolan Ryan hasn't earned a Cy Young Award. There's a case to be made, but it's fair. But I think they kind of whiffed on who actually should have done it. But
is D a reliever? He had 26 saves.
The D is a reliever, so player a couple of 20 game winners, sub 3 ERA, right around in there. The leader, of course, a reliever at 2.17 strikeouts. To walk ratio. Player B had the most strikeouts, had the best strikeout to walk ratio. Player A, again, that 20 and 12, mixing in a save with a 3 ERA, with a 7.9 wins above replacement. Who do you think takes it here?
Oh, player C. No, I'm just kidding. D's reliever, so I know. And that war, I mean, he's a reliever though. So if he was a starting pitcher though, and he had 26 saves, that'd be amazing. But if he was a starting pitcher and said 6,
still at 13 wins, but he's probably vultured them for the most part.
So B's Nolan Ryan. I think Nolan Ryan was the only one with a sub 3 ERA. He had like some decent war. He had the best strikeout to walk ratio. He was
probably the best pitcher that year.
He had the second best xFIP, but just the wins and losses.
Well, we're not looking at xFIP. We're just looking at FIP. They didn't have xFIP back then.
Oh, they didn't have xFIP? So just normal FIP.
Just normal FIP.
Okay.
Still. Player A got a little bit unlucky in that department. So who are we going with here?
I think player B.
Player B. Okay, player B. No, it was Sparky Lyle. 13 wins, 5 losses, 26 saves, 2.17 ERA. I think you could have gone in a different direction.
He went to Cy Young
Saves were getting to be kind of a bigger deal back then, and so someone got 26. Yeah, someone.
He won the Cy Young as a reliever.
Correct. Yeah, so they probably shouldn't have done that, but they did because saves were kind of a new deal. It was in vogue for a little while, and well, maybe they could have gone a different direction. Sparky Lyle, also known for whenever a birthday cake was delivered to the locker room, taking off his pants and sitting on it.
What?
Exactly. There's no award for that, however. So, okay, 1981 Cy Young. NL Cy Young. We're in the National League. The Astros in the nice popsicle uniform here.
Ooh.
Exactly. We've got some 13-game winners. No, 1981 was a strike-shortened season. So they only played about half a season here. So this is why some of these numbers are lower. So they didn't finish the year here. So 13 wins for a couple of the guys. 2.5 ERA, 2.42, 2.48 ERA. We had player D with 1.69 ERA. Strikeouts, some good numbers there. Players A and B right around 180 with nice strikeout to walk ratios. And in half a season roughly, I mean five wins, 4.9 wins. 4.8. Those are good numbers there.
Look at player A. He has the second lowest ERA.
Yeah.
He has the second most strikeouts. Mm-hmm. He has the second most strikeout to walk ratio.
I think you can say it probably between strikeout to walk ratio, wins above replacement.
And then he has the highest WAR, and
you could go between A or B. I think on that one you'd be all right. What do you think?
A.
A? You're taking A. Okay.
Please be Nolan Ryan.
A is Steve Carlton. Fernando Valenzuela, the flame-throwing rookie. Actually took home the crown. I think you could have gone either way between A or B. Of
course, Nolan Ryan got a 1.69 ERA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely fantastic. But the strikeout to walk ratio, strikeouts weren't quite there. I can see where you went another direction on that one. Again, look at the FIP. It's right in line with everybody else. So got a little bit lucky on that one here. So that thing went another direction. I get it. So Nolan Ryan, I don't think he's got a Cy Young yet.
No?
I don't know. You can make a case, but nothing stands out, nothing definitive on thus far here. So, all right, back to a full season. In 1987, this was a terrific year for baseball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably
because the certain
yes,
there you go. Exactly. A couple of 16-game winners, a couple of sub-3 ERAs,
a
couple of guys over 200 strikeouts. Strikeout to walk ratio, 21 led the way. And this is really the first time we're seeing elite-level pitching, 6.4 wins above replacement. So which one, even despite the win-loss record, the FIP led the league as well. The pitcher sure did everything they could.
Around this time.
They did what they could do. So
they had saves. So it's probably player D that won it. But
that's a lot of saves.
I'm going to say that...
Yeah, that was a lot of saves.
Player A was better by a long shot. Besides the wins and losses, he was better by everything.
I think you take out the wins and losses, you look what the pitcher could control.
And look at that.
And that was probably your best pitcher. All right, let's see. And that was Nolan Ryan. But
finally, I got one right.
Steve Bedrosian, they gave it to the 40-game. I listened. So they gave it to the reliever again. I think Nolan Ryan, that was probably his year to win to win the Cy Young. So Nolan Ryan came in 5th that year. So
him in fifth.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I can make a case for him winning that year, but being fifth,
What did Roger Goodell? Wait, no, that's
they looked at the win-loss record and said, nah, not even close. And that's unfortunately that's the Sabre guys. I think they would have been up in arms on that one.
Ooh.
All right,
That's
back to the
player
AL.
A.
Exactly. 1989 AL Cy Young. Player A, 23 wins with a 2.16 ERA, 293 strikeouts, 14% strikeout to walk ratio. Player B, 250. If you look at the FIP, these guys are all pretty close. 20% K to walk ratio, 7 wins above replacement. Then we have another reliever at 38 saves. Oh my gosh, what are they doing here with a sub-2 ERA?
Reliever wins.
Okay.
This, but I think player A definitely deserves it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the FIP, which is very similar.
I know the strikeouts.
And the strikeouts similar, a little more efficient.
B's
B's
9, A wins.
I could see
it.
A.
B's
Okay.
Nolan Ryan. D
Okay.
D wins it though, actually.
Oh, A wins it, but
Oh,
I threw in a reliever just to 3 off because I knew that that was sticking out like a sore thumb here. So Brett Saberhagen, 23-6 with a 2.16 ERA. Even though the fielding independent pitching, he got a little bit lucky. Nolan Ryan got a little bit unlucky. Everything was similar enough, and again, 23-6. You got to go with that, don't you?
Yeah.
So all right, we get it. We understand. Nolan Ryan, terrific season, but again, once in a while, someone will just have a better season. So one season doesn't find a career, but it would be nice to pull one out. But so far, Nolan Ryan, we can't give it to him just yet here. So nothing stand out.
This is the year that he fought Robert.
I don't know if this is the year. I think it was actually a little bit later,
Okay,
but
well,
this is our last one, and I had to get that picture in there.
Yeah, Robert Ventura.
Don't charge
Just
the
got
old
fired.
man. Exactly. So we've got a 21-game winner. We have a 27-game winner. We have a sub-2 ERA with the fielding independent pitching to match 2.18. Amazing. 209 strikeouts, 16. Yeah, exactly. 6 stuff. 8.2 wins above replacement. Player C with an excellent strikeout to walk ratio of 13-9 with a 5.2 wins above replacement. Player B, 211 strikeouts. So really, we're starting to see some excellent pitching here. Player D bringing up the rear with a 3 ERA. So they're gonna, again, back then the orders, they're gonna look at a 3.5 ERA and they're gonna say, it's not that good. But if you look at the fielding independent pitching, what the pitcher can control, it's like those are really good numbers. This guy extremely lucky. This guy pretty unlucky. This guy just really, really good. So wrapping it up here, I think this is wrapping it up here. Which one gets it? I think I got to go with either A or C.
I go with A, but C does have more strikeouts, obviously. But strikeouts are really close in this one, so I think
they're close. He was a little bit more efficient with them, but that's insane.
Going 21-6 while still having a sub-2 ERA.
Player A,
amazing.
All right, player A is the Rocket.
Oh, I got Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens, who, you know what, maybe he should have had another Cy Young, a clean one. That was an incredible season. But I think Bob Welch, 27-6. Again, they're looking at the wins on that one and said, all right, sub-3 ERA. He pitched fairly horribly on his own. He got a lot of help from the defense, apparently. Didn't strike a lot of guys out. Not efficient in the strikeout to walks, and 1.8 wins above replacement. I think they blew that one, but I don't think you give it to Nolan Ryan. I think that's got to go to Roger Clemens in that case.
I know. But Nolan Ryan still had a few seasons.
He had some terrific seasons. I think he was right there. I think a case could be made, but someone else probably had it. So these are the years that were the closest. I think that but here's the thing though. He didn't even place in the top 8 of Cy Young votes.
What?
Which is insane, right? He's been second, he's been fifth, but did not even crack the top 7 or 8. I mean, that's
that kind of season.
That's pretty ridiculous. So the voters really didn't know what they were doing. I trust a 10-year-old over the voters. I thank you for your help. Nolan Ryan, unfortunately, probably didn't earn a Cy Young through his career. He had some terrific years. He was close enough. I think other people may have nudged him out in the closest cases here. But I mean, he sure deserved a lot more respect than he got in a few of these. So
yeah,
I thought that was fun. I just wanted to check it out and see if he didn't win a Cy Young. Should he have? Yeah, probably not. So all right, that's what we got for you.
Yep.
Thank you for your help.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.